चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। यस्यान्तानादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिं नैव वर्णानुभवति पुरुषो नामपुंसं न च स्त्रीनाकारं न विकारं न हि जनीनानं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं न तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं साजसमरसं सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि। I offer my namaskaras to Sanatana Dharma, Shankaracharya and all my gurus and all Guru Parampara. And also I welcome you to this Atma Jnana session. So welcome you all. We have been looking into Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. We have completed the first 6 limbs, that is called as yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. So we have completed. Now we are moving in the direction of dhyana and samadhi. So the 7th step and 8th step. In dhyana, so chitta vritti nirodha is the dhyana. That means mentally a lot of things, chattering is happening. So unnecessary chattering is happening. That unnecessary chattering should not happen, means you cannot control. You have to evolve. So if you start controlling in one side, another side it will be going haywire. For example, it is just like manager. So manager, if you want to control something, another something will go out of his control. So he is always exercising control. Controlling cannot solve the problem. So whereas in our personality development, we have to evolve. We cannot control anything, and then so evolution means wisdom. Evolution means knowledge. So we have to evolve through knowledge. So if the mind should become all the thing in Vedanta, all the thing in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, first 6 steps of why it has said this, in order to calm down the mind, in order to bring to the mind a tranquility, because mind has got impurities that we call it as chitta malina. So the impurities has to be cleaned. That is the first step of meditation. So it is impurities, mind, chitta malina has to become chitta shuddhi. Second step of mind is wandering. Not even 1 second it sits, or millisecond also it cannot stay unfocused on one given object or anything like that. So, though your object is you are swimming, you are very much interested in swimming, still you are swimming but your mind is thinking something else. So only the gold medal winner and all, he will be thinking swimming only, and he has concentrated. So chitta wandering is there, mind wandering is there. So that in Sanskrit it is called as chitta chanchala, chitta chanchalyata. So chitta shuddhi, chitta malina, chitta shuddhi, mind impurity and mind purification. The next one is mind wandering and mind becoming focused. Chitta chanchala, chitta ekagrata we have to bring. That is called concentration meditation, what we have done. The purity of the mind is achieved through two things. One is nama japa meditation we have seen, and relaxation meditation. So thereby it is happening also. So now we are into the third step of the mind. Mind is unnecessarily we are pressurizing them. So because of our mind pressurization, it is shrinking, the mind is shrinking, mind is not expanding. Mind is shrinking, the shrinking mind is giving us problem. Shrinking mind is giving us tension, stress and everything. Mind is shrinking, our thinking capacities are shrinking. So because of that, we have to do chitta vaishalyata. Chitta vaishalyata means we have to expand the mind. So this is the step we are there. Now today we are looking into expansion meditation. So this is the fourth meditation. First is nama japa meditation we have seen. Second we have seen already in detail relaxation meditation. The third we have seen is concentration meditation. Now we are into the fourth meditation. It is, I have already said there are 112 meditation types are there. But all the 112 is coming from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra or Shiva Parvati Samvada. From that textbook, it has come all the 112 varieties of meditation. So in that, the central essence of all the meditation 112, so that is the 6 types are there that I am explaining. That is the structure. The structure of all the 112 meditation only depends on these 6, whatever I am telling, the inner body of the meditation. So I have already said we have 3 meditations we have learnt. Now the 4th meditation. So mind is constrained, shrink. So now we have to expand the mind. So when we expand the mind only, we will be getting lot of stress and strain will be removed, and mind will not accumulate the stress and other things. So like that we have to do. So last we have seen this one, concentration meditation. Concentration meditation has 3 steps: manasa puja, manasa parayana, manasa japa. Manasa japa is the highest. So that will give you more focus, attention and everything will come. So meditation means, like a secular meditation, you think of something object, something of car or something of the unknown. It is not. In our Vedanta, it says it is called as Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyapara. Meditation description is given as Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyapara. So that means in meditation, the Bhagavan or the God thinking should be there. Then only it becomes a meditation. Otherwise, it's only a mental exercise it becomes. So further we will continue into the 4th varieties of meditation, expansion meditation. So expansion meditation, it is called Chitta Vaishalyata Dhyana. So Chitta Vaishalyata, Chitta Sankuchitate is there. Chitta Vaishalyata means expanding of that. So other name is also called Vishwarupa Ishvara Dhyana. So this is not a small Ekarupa. We have Vishnu in front of our Ishvara in front of all our any religion, and they have their own idol is there. From that you have to become Vishwarupa Ishvara Dhyana. Expansion has to happen. So that is what has to be there. For example, you are working in Delhi, you have been moved to Bangalore, you got a better opportunity, you come to Bangalore. So first what you do is, you will search where is your office and where to stay. The second thing you will be looking into, because you have to have a rented house or whatever apartment or house or anything, and you fix the locality, which locality I have to stay, because commuting is very important or something like that. And then when you fix a house, you think more than the office, whether your children education is nearby, hospitals are nearby, your religious places are nearby, market is nearby, so that everything is near to the house. Even office is little away, not a problem for you. So you will be looking in such a this one. So you are fixing about your surroundings. You are trying to know about your surroundings. So where is the vegetable vendor? Where is the other gas vendor? Where is the so many things? Everything you will be fixing and learning about your surroundings. So we think it is natural. What is there, sir, in this natural? But have you ever thought of, we have come to this world, have you understood the world? Suppose if you want to stay 5 years, you are doing in Bangalore, you are doing lot of exercise, where is that is available nearby, that there is a cheap, economical, and all the things you will do 101 analysis you will do, and you will explore all the dimensions of the your living for 5 years here, and then you make so much of effort in learning about your surroundings of the working place and city and everything. But we are going to stay here 100 years in this earth or 120 years. Have you ever learnt or about anything about earth or anything about your surrounding? So 100 years you have to live means you have to understand, no? This earth is a creation. So, but this earth is available in the cosmos. Have you any time seen how the cosmos is made? Except in the biology class or in the astronomy class, people, astrology, astronomy classes, people may study. But have you understood what is cosmos? What is Brahmanda? Cosmos is nothing but in Sanskrit Brahmanda. Brahmanda, whether have you understood? But our study is only the physical planetary systems, solar system, or the galaxy and all these things we'll be doing. But here in the psychologically, whether we have understood. So in Purana, they have done that. In Purana, they say there is 14 lokas are there, Urdhva Loka, Adho Loka, all those things. In order to explain the Brahmanda, their own terminology they have used. Today you may call it as something else. Akasha Ganga, that galaxy, this galaxy. But they called it as that Loka, this Loka. So your language is changed. But they have found out earlier only all the things was available. So they have made that. So there are parallel universes are there. Even the parallel universes itself is can be compared into the 14 lokas. See, knowing about our cosmos is the privilege of a human being, because human being only can know the surroundings. Animals cannot learn about America, Australia and all those things, or other planets, other stars, other this one and all, space and all, it cannot learn. So man is bestowed with the intelligence. So with this intelligence, whether are we using to understand the cosmos? So all the time we are bothered about our house, our crowded street, or our crowded society, or so that by thinking very narrowly, we have become, our mind is crowded and our mind becomes a frog in the well. So in the frog in the well means it doesn't know the bigger world. It only knows the frog itself is knowing only the well is its world. But as a human being, we cannot, like frog, we cannot live. So we have to understand how the cosmos is working. See, in cosmos or in life or in body, everything, even our body is a cosmos only. So that means the piece of cosmos. For example, in cosmos, expansion and contraction is cyclic. So if you start understanding cosmos, expansion and contraction are cyclic. So that means, sometime it will expand. Our galaxies are expanding like this, and universe is expanding. At some point of time, it will be converging like that. So even our land was single mass was there. It is moving, and now we have become 7 continents. After some point of time, it will come together and it will become a single mass. So it may take billions of years. It is immaterial, but the expansion is there and the contraction is there. It is the process of cosmos. Even in our body also, the expansion is there and contraction is there, because of that only body is working. For example, if I take the air, I am expanding my lungs. If I want to give away the air outside, I have to contract my lungs. Even my blood also, the heart has to pump the blood. Somewhere it has to expand and somewhere it has to contract. All the 4 chambers has to do. One is expanding, one is contracting, like that it is, the pumping is happening. And even all the 6,000 kilometers of the blood vessels is also expanding and contracting. Like that everything is happening. Even the digested food has to go through intestine. It is expansion and contraction is continuously happening. Then only the food moves in the intestine. 40 feet is there, it has to move. It is not having any motor or anything, no. It has to move. The whole movement has to happen. Then only it will go into the 40 feet of absorption process, and then the nutrients are getting absorbed and the material is coming out. So like that it is there. So there are 2 processes always there, expansion and contraction. If you see a tree standing in front of you, the tree above is expanding. The below root is contracting, means it is getting converged and holding the tree. So in order to hold the tree, it is holding the earth. It is not releasing the earth, it is holding the tree. So it is just like that, it is there. And similarly, this contraction and expansion and contraction is also can form disease and can cure disease also. For example, a tumor is not there right now. It is, nothing is there. But all of a sudden tumor started a small way. So then it is today very small, tiny dot is there. Maybe after some point of time it expands, and after expanding it should be removed. Then only I get back the health. So like that, expansion, contraction also, our body is there. So there can be many ways of doing. If you go to a doctor, a good doctor can, ordinary doctor, he can cure your disease. But if he is a better doctor, extraordinary doctor, so he will convince you that you are not at all sick. So which is better? So that means some doctor will identify disease and then cure the disease. There is an extraordinary doctor, he will talk about this expansion mechanism. This is how it happens, that is how it happens. Don't worry, it is not a problem, and all these things. And he will not give the medicine also, and you will not feeling sickness also. The similar way, the proper understanding makes our life much better. So similar to expansion and contraction, there are parallel, so many words are there. increase and decrease is there. Some problems are decreasing, some problems are increasing. We are talking. That is also nothing but expansion and contraction only. And some things are very intense is there, some are less intense is there. So it is, that is also is there. Another thing is shrinking is there and growing is there. These are all the synonymous words which is used in order to understand our life. So something is shrinking, something is, your salary is shrinking, expenses are growing. So like that, it is, everything is in your life happening. We have to understand everything is the law of expansion, law of contraction. So the names are different. The same law of expansion and contraction is there in every step of our life. So we have to observe this manifestation in our life. Sometimes we call it as pressure and there is no pressure, relaxed. Suppose my BP is increasing, after taking medicine BP comes down, pressure comes down. So or if I make meditation, pressure comes down. That is also nothing but expansion, and it is the nature is flooded with expansion and contraction. That is the order of the day, that is the law of the cosmos. If we are not understanding that, we will be continuously into trouble. Similarly, there is some pushing and pulling will be there. Some pushing will be there. Some pushing in the sense, for example, if you want to hold the gas, you are pulling up. So if you want to release the gas from this one, so you are pushing the gas. Pulling and pushing is also happening. It is also nothing but expansion, the other terminology of expansion. And sometimes force coming in, force going out is also there. So that is also another methodology of that. These are all physically you are able to see that. Mind is also focused and scattered is there. So the scattering means it is going all the places. You are already worried and struggling, your mind is going to all the places, but wherever you want to go, it is not going. So that is scattering, expansion is going on like that, and it is spreading. And sometimes mind is not going anywhere. Some worry is already picked up and you are holding on to that worry, it is gripping, it is nailing down you. So that is nothing but contraction, that is nothing but expansion. So the mind also under the universal law of this one is there. So universe is also working under some center, and that is universal center we call it as. So if we move along with the universal center, our life will be comfortable. So because of our ego, we have become self-centered. So we are the center of the universe, and the universe is running around us because of our ego is thinking that I am the greatest person in the world and everything around me should run. So this is my mind is working like that. Because of that, it becomes a problem. That is also nothing but another manifestation of expansion, contraction. Centering and decentering also happens. Centering and decentering is, sometime I want to control everything centralized way. Sometime I want to decentralize. Okay, your wife, you can do whatever. These are all the things you can do. Son, you can do like this. And you remove all your centralized power to and distribute to all the people. That is also contraction, expansion of the nature. We are adopting, but we are not knowing that. Slipping is there. Slipping in the sense, the moment we slip, our body contracts, and before collapsing, we will be this one. So if you want to fly, your body expands. So all these things also is happening. We are not able to understand that. We are not seeing that in that direction. So all of a sudden something also will happen, appearance and disappearance. All of a sudden in the face there is some some pimple may come and it is appeared. All of a sudden it disappears. Appearance means it is coming out of the body, something expanding and going, and disappearance, it will go and make it level. So similarly, something we are fixing in our mind, that fixed mind giving me problem. So I try to loosen the fixation and then I will become unfixed. Then my mind becomes free. This is also contraction and expansion is happening. So what is the expansion meditation talks about is we have to learn to flow like water. We have to always flow. If we stagnate, we stink. So flowing is the expansion and contraction is also flowing. Flowing is expansion also, contraction also. It is a cyclic. I have told you already, it is a cyclic thing. So deep contraction also can happen, deep expansion also can happen. So that means what is that we are holding? Why we are not able to move? That means we have already fixed thought processes are there. The life I have already rigidly formed it. My thought processes, everything is rigid is there. We are not easily able to let go our sensory and mind perceptions. This is causing us disease. This is causing us stress. In order to let go, you have to expand because you are contracted, shrinked in your thought process. So you are not able to let go your sensory and mind related problems. You are not able to let go. So the Vedanta says is remedy is to flow formlessly. Water has got any form. If you put it in a tumbler, it looks like tumbler. If you put it in a bucket, it looks like a bucket. If you spread it on the floor, it looks like a floor. So it is having no form. Water not having any form at all. So like that formlessly, but it is not stagnant also, it is flowing. So the remedy is to flow. Otherwise, there is a continuous clash is happening. The interference is happening in the mind and the scrambling between the center is happening. The center is between the mind and heart. Sometimes heart says this is good. Sometimes mind says this is good, and there is a conflict is happening, and there is a shifting of the center between moving is happening, and something will be held tightly. Because of that, we get stress and strain. Because of that, our health is getting upset. Because of that, outside we are getting lot of tough situations. Everything because of internally we are not able to manage properly, and we are not learned this expansion meditation. So therefore, we have to understand first we have come to this world. This world we have to understand. This world is made up of Panchabhutas. So Panchabhuta in detail I am going to tell about in the Atma Jnana. So we have to understand. See, if we see the sky in the night, lot of millions of stars are available. So a cluster of stars are called galaxy, and millions of such galaxies are called, this one is their universe. So there are parallel universes are there. So that means imagine what is the vastness of that. So can you imagine the Brahmanda? Can you imagine the cosmos? So such a big thing is there which is living from billions of years, not even millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, pentillions, like that number of years it is staying. I am after all staying for 100 years. So how much I am worrying? But all the things are working according to some principle. Otherwise, this without principle, they could have hit each other and it has been collapsed. All the things can happen. So imagine how the galaxy, what is the, or the universe width, depth, height, if you see that, you cannot measure in your kilometers. You have to measure in light years. Light year is also becoming very, very less unit. What is a light year? You should also understand. Then you can appreciate what is the vastness. A light year is 1 second light travels 3 lakh kilometers. In 1 second, light travels 3 lakh kilometers. So you make 60 seconds, that means in 1 minute, 1 minute into 3 lakhs, 60 seconds into 3 lakhs. So after that, what happens? 60 minutes. So that means 60 into 60 into 3 lakhs. So 24 hours. What happens? 24 into 60 into 60 into 3 lakhs. And 365 days. So 365 into 24 into 60 into 60 into 3 lakh kilometers. So this is 1 light year. If you calculate and make all the multiplication, what is that kilometer comes? That is called 1 light year. So that 1 light year itself we cannot able to imagine what is the distance. And the nearest star itself some 5 light years, 10 light years away is there. From the sun, the first ray of the sun to reach earth, it takes 8.5 minutes. That means the light travels at 1 second, it goes to 3 lakh kilometers. That means 8.5 minute means 8 into 60 is 480 minutes plus another 30 minutes is 30 seconds. It is called 510 seconds into 3 lakh kilometer. So he is the nearest star for us. So nearest star itself is such a large distance it is there. So then we are not even thought of that. So when we say we are living in one such galaxy, our galaxy name is called as Akasha Ganga. In English it is called as Milky Way. So in this Milky Way millions of stars are there. Sun is also a small star. Millions of stars are there. So, but our sun, where is his position? Sun itself is very, very small. So when you compare to our Akasha Ganga galaxy, we are not talking about universe, parallel universe, you are not talking. Even simple our Akasha Ganga or the Milky Way galaxy, if we say that. So our sun, when compared to other stars, big stars are there, our sun looks like a particle, dust particle. So our sun itself becoming a dust particle, and even in the universe or in the galaxy, millions of stars are explosion happening. The explosion of stars are called as nova. So when a big stars are exploding, it is called supernova. So even our sun explodes, nothing happens in the universe. So daily or maybe every year, every 100 years, 1000 years, millions of stars may be exploding, becoming dust, and then again becoming new stars are formed. So our sun explodes in the universe. Such a big universe, such a big galaxy. What happens? It is just like a mosquito bite for us. If a mosquito bite happens, we are worried? Not worried. If the sun explodes in the cosmos, anybody is worried? Nobody is worried. So like that, 9 planets are moving around the sun. Sun itself is a dust, and around that 9 planets are. Our planet is ordinary planet, is Earth is there, the smaller planet, because Jupiter is the biggest planet is there, and even all the 9 planets are put together. And all the other satellites put together, if you put inside one sun, 0.14 sun can be filled. So that means remaining 99.86% of the sun is still vacant. If you want to fill, how many earths you have to fill? In billions of earths you have to fill, then one sun can happen. Such a vast is there. And those are all available in the cosmos. Imagine what is the space required for each of that. Imagine the movement is happening of the galaxy. What is the space is required? That is called expansion. So we have to expand thinking, our thinking. So when we come to our earth, what happens? Our earth is, when compared to the vastness of the cosmos, it is invisible. The sun itself is dust and ray. Sun, our earth is even not even dust. So like that it is there. And even in earth, what happens? 3/4 of that is already completed, or inside the water only is there. only one-fourth is there. In the one-fourth, although there are 7 continents are there, in one of that is our Asia is there. One of the place is India is there. In one of the India, in one of the place your state is there, your city is there. Imagine how small it is. After that, it will come to your locality to your house, and you are sitting and listening in the corner of the room, not even full of your house also. You are sitting in a corner of the room on a chair and listening. Imagine your position, man. Dust, even dust it is not there. So, with such a small 80 kg body or a matter or 60 kg body matter, we have such an ego, we control the whole world, whole universe, nothing in front of us. This is the biggest problem. The operation with this one is there now. So how to get rid of that and how to expand and merge with the universe? If we try to do slowly, ego will be punctured. Ego will go away. So that is what expansion mechanism has to happen. So it is called Vishwarupa Dhyana. So if you do that, we are always worried about our problems, family problems, that, this and all. At least for some time, we should sit and do. These are all the exercises we have to do. Advantages will come. So we have to appreciate the cosmos. First is appreciation has to have. We have to appreciate, yeah, such a big cosmos is there, such a big universe is there. We are very, very insignificant person, and why we should be looking like that significant? All false. Everything is false. Even our education, maybe one certificate, one degree may be there. There are millions of degrees we have only created. What is so much? How much money we could have? How much buildings we can have? Everything is insignificant. You cannot buy the whole supermarket and keep it in your house. You have bought one of the furniture, that's all. You have bought one of the car. You have bought one of, for that, why should you so much egoistically become and talk? So this is the central problem of the mind. This mind we have to overcome. So the overcoming has to happen. First we have to appreciate. If we are not appreciating our surroundings, our surrounding and expansion, our world, so we will be always worried. So we have lost the skill of appreciation. We have to have that appreciation. When you start having the appreciation, you will wonder how the creation is there. Everything is perfectly happening. So cosmic laws are very perfect. Gravity is there, very perfectly happening. Even your full moon day, new moon day is happening accordingly. Eclipses are happening, and all the planets are going around the sun exactly 365 days only it's going. Then only the 4 cycles of this one is coming. The rainy season, winter season, and all the seasons are coming. Everything is perfectly is happening. Can you see in your life anything is perfect? Because your mind is managing. Yesterday what you have made perfect, today it is not perfect. So everything is imperfect. Everything we are doing here and we are not learning from the nature. So if we start appreciating the nature, whatever the power is there, it comes inside us. So we become more organized and we become more powerful for that. So it has to see, imagine the earth is moving, we are not falling. Such a speed it is going, 24,000 kilometers per day it is moving, 40,000 kilometers per day is moving, and it is 365 days, one round is coming also. But we are all not falling. There is a gravity is there, there is so many things are there, so much of laws are working together to make our living more comfortable. So, but still we are not able to live comfortably because of the small ego is there. The biggest ego is there because I feel I am the greatest. So we have to understand and appreciate. First is we have to understand this. Second, we have to surrender to the laws. We should never resist. So what is that? Sun is hot. Yeah, sun is hot. If you sit in the room and say very bad sun, you should not become so hot. It is hot. You, even if you scold also, it will be hot. Only you can do is you can put an air condition or anything. Too much of rain. It is in your control? No. Then why are you grumbling and why are you scolding the nature? So these are all egoistic problems. So everything I am controlling. I am thinking that according to my will and wish is not happening means the world is bad. Things are bad. People are bad. Like this. And I am boosting my ego. So that is what it says. We have to understand even the star, even the sun can explode, become dust. Then sun himself can become billions of years if he is living and it is getting exploded. What about me? 100 years? So 100 years I am also going to die. First only I have to accept I am going to die. I am not permanently here. Our thinking is permanently we are here. That's why our ego is going high. So jatasya dhruvo mutyu, mrutasya dhruvam janmam. So that is what the Bhagavad Gita in second chapter Krishna talks about. So our body is also going to go. So that when we appreciate the death also, it doesn't become amangala. It becomes inauspicious. It will not become inauspicious. We are happy that is there already. Suppose we wish to live here. We don't want to die. Somebody sanctions, okay, you live. Then your forefathers also has to live, no? Maybe from 12th century also your great grandfathers may be living, you have to live along with them. Where is the place, man? Available? Not available at all. For the present 7.5 billion population itself, world is not sufficient. So if all the people before us, everybody is living, and I am also living, where is the place for the new generation? Nothing will be available. That means, no, let the old people die. I only have to live and die. That is not the possibility, no. Because you also, if your forefathers are vacated, you also have to vacate for your new generation. So that means we have to accept. That is appreciate, accept, surrender. So those are all the steps of the expansion mechanism. So we have to do that. But we are not doing that. Our philosophy is let everybody can vacate except me and my family should be available here permanently. And also my thinking is me, we too and our too. That is the only thing. And what is happening around us we don't want to know also. And it is called confused thinking. This confusion thinking happens because of this sort of thinking. That means we too, ours too, a constrained. We have shrinked thinking process. Because of that, we are not expanding. The stress and strain is out of that only. So, when we appreciate death is part of the cosmic process, so we liberate. Our mind gets lightened. Otherwise, we are gripped with the death. So, when we say, yeah, it is a cosmic law, it is a universal law. Not only that, death is inevitable, but the growth and decay in the universe is also natural. That is the next step we have to accept. That means when I am born, I was a baby. After that, I have become a boy. After that, I have become a youth. My body is continuously changing. So in Vedanta, it says Shad Vikaras are there. Our body or any material in the world, it goes into 6 modifications. So the 6th modification is called as asti jayate vardate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyate. So these are all the 6 stages. So that means body jayate, that is there. It is installed in the womb, a sperm and the ovary. So that is the jayate. That time only you have born. Asti, that is called asti. You are already installed. Asti means installed already. Then you coming out is called jayate. Vardhate, you are becoming a boy, adult, youth and middle-aged man or old-aged man. Everything is happening now. So this is the vardhate, that is growing up is happening. After 40 years, millions of cells daily taking birth till your 21 years. Number of cells daily forming is more than the number of cells it is dying. So that's why you are growing. You will stop growing at some point of time. Horizontally you may grow, vertically you are not growing. So when your growing stops, then it maintains number of cells born and number of cells dying will be maintained up to 40 years. So that is called asti jayate vardate viparinamate. There is a saturation point, it comes at that point onwards after 40. Number of cells dying is more than number of cells born. So that's why our skin becomes loose. The wrinkle will become, the tooth will go off, hair will fall off, the color will fall off, everything will happen. So because all the muscles, all the, this one, cells are dying. So, viparinamate and apakshiyate. Next is deterioration also happens. All the cells, whatever available, will get sick. So there are a lot of sickness in the body happens. That is called apakshiyate. Then from the apakshiyate, it becomes to vinashyate. Totally it will get destroyed. It is the death. So the death is happening, no doubt we appreciate. But this also we have to appreciate. We are undergoing the 6 Shad Vikaras. So this is also an appreciation when you do. Your ego will not come. So this has to be done. So another thing from the law universally we have to accept is variety is the nature. No two human beings are same. So you have to appreciate, see, such a variety of universe has been made. So no two human beings are same, because you give biometric, your thumb impression, it is not matching with any of the 750 people, crore people. That means you are so unique. And not only that, your nose fixation, ear lobe fixation, eye fixation, everything is unique. It is not at all matching to any this one. So that means variety is the nature. You have to accept. So if you think everything's to be similar, everything like this only, it is your foolishness. We should not do that. So that is because you think this is like this only, it should be there. You are making rigid. Your thinking is rigid. Whereas variety in the outside the world is not according to your thinking. So this is also causing mind distresses, mind getting into pressure. So you have to accept the variety. So accept, appreciate the variety, and also appreciate with the time. Whatever time it has to take, it has to take. A jasmine has to become jasmine. A rose has to become rose. As other than that, if you think that jasmine has to become rose, that is what we are doing for our children. So our son want to become something and we want to make him to something else. This is the clash is happening. So we have to allow to jasmine to become jasmine, rose to become rose. So that is called accommodating the people. All around us, not only our children's, we have to start accommodating. Then accommodation, because the variety is there, because the set process for their evolution is there, you are not able to bind. According to your thinking, nothing is happening here. So because all our tragedies of life is, we think something, happening is something, not matching, because of that only stress. Why? Who has asked you to think like that? Who has given you the permission to think like that first? It is your own blunder, your own foolishness. And then you are crying, it is not happening according to my... You are not something God. You are not controlling. You are living here only 100 years. You have to adjust to the world. You have to adjust to the situation. The world cannot adjust to you. So we have a wrong notion. That is why it is giving you this one. So other thing is we have to appreciate with the humility. So the humility is very much important. So when galaxy itself is having its own order and everything, and it is also not at all very big when compared to that. And what about my small 80 kg, 60 kg and a human being which I am living for 100 years? This much of ego, if it is there, it becomes very difficult. So Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, he is thinking he is very great. I could do the war and win alone. Arjuna, Krishna is only a chariot driver. All the things was there in his mind. Ego was so high. In the second chapter, up to 10th shloka, he could not do anything and he think he can do lot of decision and all. He collapses and then finally surrenders. So then only the Bhagavad Gita happens and then the Krishna will get energy after knowing the knowledge. So there are a lot of Atma Jnana we have to be there. Arjuna ego itself is punctured by Krishna at some point of time. What about us, sir? We have to puncture our this one. So we are all made out of Panchabhutas. Panchabhuta is we are part of Panchabhuta because Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Mate, Prithvi. So it has got, there are 5 qualities of this. Akasha is called as space. So Akasha, space means it is represented by sound Om. So Shabda is the first sound, is the first quality of Panchabhuta. Second is Sparsha, is the touch feeling is there. The touch is coming from the Vayu. Vayu touches us. So the Sparsha is there, Shabda Sparsha. We are all part of Panchabhuta, that's what I am explaining you now. The third one is Agni. Agni is having a Rupa is there. Is a name, form is there. So you can see him. Agni, you can see him. So the Rupa has come. The Rupa is represented by the eye. The touch is represented by the skin. The sound is represented by the ear. The Panchabhuta, how it is coming into our body. The next is Jala is there. Our 60 to 70% of our body is made out of water only. Water is there. And rest of the skeleton and all is minerals only. That is Gandha is there. So Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Rasa is liquid and that is in the tongue. The liquid is there, then only the taste can come. If the dry tongue, if you put anything on the tongue, it cannot find out the taste. The taste comes with the liquidity of the lung only, it can find out the taste. That's why when you fall sick, your tongue becomes dry. It is not having any saliva. It cannot have any taste. It cannot find out. So the rasana is very important. The next is grana is there, gandha. The no sensation is coming because of the smell of the gandha. Is the prithvi, is the earth. All the panchabhutas are installed in us. And the big panchabhutas itself is going to get destroyed. What about the small panchabhuta? It is also going to get destroyed. So we have to understand the Vishwarupa Darshana we have to do. Not only me, there are many solar systems in one galaxy. There are many galaxies in universe. There are parallel universes are there. In Vedanta they say Dvadasha Aditya is there. Dvadasha Aditya means 12 parallel universes are there. It is mentioned 12 parallel universes are there. So when such is a vastness, why we should boast ourselves, make ourselves so much? So we have to think of that. Everything is accordingly to the some equation, some law, it is happening. Even our birth and death is happening to law of karma is there. So law of karma means whatever we do good and bad, it is going to come to the next janma. You may not understand that, but you may laugh at this. But very clearly I am going to explain the law of karma theory in the Atma Jnana. Then you will understand it is scientifically everything is true. So accordingly karma principle only you are going to born and take death also. Then what is there in you? You are not supposed to make a egoistic. All your problems starts from that egoistic. So that is what it says expansionism has to happen. So Everything happens according to the totally one principle is there, cosmic principle is there. The cosmic principle we have to salute, we have to surrender, we have to accept as prasadam. It is called Ishvara Prasada Bhavana. Ishvara Arpana Bhavana means I am to surrender to that Ishvara. And Prasada means whatever is coming under the law, whatever is happening, I have to accept. So that is called, this one is there. Normally, the mother's delivery pain is unbearable. So, but this unbearable pain also she bears because of the other happiness she is having is she is becoming mother. Motherhoodness is making the pain bearable. Otherwise, that motherhoodness is not there. It is not going to bear the pain. So like that, in our life also a lot of pains are there. When we see the bigger universe, bigger thinking, bigger blessings are happening is there. So then we start appreciating our ego diminishes. So expansion is nothing but Vishwarupa Darshanam. It is nothing but Aham Brahmasmi. I am also a particle of the universe. I can expand to universe level. I can contract to the particle level. These are all the understanding has to happen. That is what in the 11th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa Darshana, it has been told. So all the things has to be happening because for that your mind has to expand. A narrow-minded person cannot think he is also a part of universe. He thinks I am an individual, I am not belonging to this. That wisdom itself will not be coming to him. So he is creating problem for himself and for the surrounding whole world he is creating problem. So Vishwarupa Dhyanam will be very, very important. So we have to understand the Vishwarupa Dhyana, and for that in Bhagavatam the Lord is explained in a different this one. So that is what the expansion is expanded in the Bhagavatam about the Krishna Swarupa has been expanded. It will be very beautiful expansion of the mechanism is said. So then this is called this is called expansion mechanism. Expansion means we are confined to thinking me and me into my thought process, my thinking process. I am the great, my wife, my son and all only is great, my city, my house only great, my furniture, my car is great. It's a laughing stuff when compared to such a big universe, everything happening according to, and we are also guided by that principle only. We are going to die. We are not permanently here. We are living only 100 years. That is not guaranteed also. We may live at 40, 20 also. Anytime anything can happen also. So in such is the thing why we should have ego and suffer. The major cause of our suffering is this ego. We have to expand from the ego and merge with the universe. Then all our stress and strain and everything, and we become a better human being and we become God, possibility of becoming God also. So this is the mechanism of the expansion mechanism. But how to do expansion meditation? So how to do expansion meditation is, suppose you sit in the room, for example, in a chair you are sitting. So let us start from there. So this is the instruction I am going to give. For example, I am not practically teaching, but my instructions will be like this I am telling you. So the expansion mechanism practice, if you want to do expansion meditation, if you want to practice, this is how the command will come. So you may have to record this command and then listen to this command and slowly go to along with the command, and whatever the command comes accordingly you have to visualize, think, take your mind towards that. Then it will be expansion can happen, and finally you have to come back to your position back. That is called contraction. Expansion and contraction, both you are doing, but one cyclic thing is called as expansion meditation technique. So the technique is, you are sitting here, you are going to, now I am going to give a command. Please sit straight, erect, spine erect, and touch your ground. Your legs should touch the ground with the insulated ground, not directly to the ground. You put some towel or something like that. And you rest your hand, one palm on the other things. Keep straight, everything. Neck also should be straight. Now, you are sitting here, you are Srinivasa Prasad. Now slowly you are expanding. You are not completely full into your chair also. First let us expand to the chair. My body, visually I can expand to any level. Possibilities are there. Please expand to your chair level. So you fill the chair. From the chair level, Srinivasa Prasad, you have to expand to the room level. So your room, sitting room, fully you are occupied. Though you are a small body, your mind can occupy the full body, full room, and then the full house you can occupy. You are expanding to the house, the volume. You are expanding the whole house you are filling. You are expanding to the house volume. Then you are expanding to your community. You are living in an apartment, means the apartment community, some 10 acres, 20 acres is there. You are expanding to that 10 acres. Then you are expanding to your extension. You are living in a south extension, north extension, or something like that in a city. So you are filling in that. So you are expanding north, east, west of the city, totally to the city level you are expanding. So from the city level you are expanding to the state level, fully you are filling up yourself into the state level. The whole state is expanded and you are filling the whole state. So you are expanding to the nation level and you are filling up to the nation level. Then you are expanding level to the Asia. So you are expanding, filling up yourself, you alone. You are filling and you are becoming so much expanded to that. And then you are, all the 7 continents you are expanding. You become the whole earth expansion you are happening. Then you are slowly expanding to the solar system. You are expanding to all 9 planets. You are filling in on all the 9 planets and also the empty spaces in between the planet. And we are expanding up to the sun. And sun also I am filling in and I am there in the sun. Full expansion is happening. And then slowly I am going into the my Milky Way. It is called Akasha Ganga. The Milky Way galaxy I am filling in. From this galaxy I am filling in the universe. Expanding to the universe level. Imagine the universe. Such a level you have to expand. Expand to that level. And then parallel 12 universes are there. All the 12 universes you are expanding. You stay there in that space for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Your imagination should be staying in that space. You are filling the whole universe. You are staying in that space. Close your eyes and then in the beginning itself and expand, imagine. And there when you expand, your mind has expanded. That means all the shrinking thought processes are there, everything will be eliminated. Now slowly after staying, enjoy that. After enjoying that cosmic living, come back. So come 12 parallel universe, again come back to the one universe and to our Akasha Ganga Milky Way, then to the solar system, then to the sun, then to the planetary system, then come down to the earth, come down to the 7 continents, come down to Asia continent, come down to India, come down to your state, come down to your city and your community, and then to your house, and then come down to your room, and come down to your chair, and then come down to your body. So you have expanded to that level and come back to your body. With this exercise may take 10 minutes, but it enormously opens lot of blocked up mind is there. The mind is somewhere it is stuck up. So it get elaborately opened up. and you all of a sudden lot of energy is liberated. Your mind becomes free. You are capable of doing anything. You are becoming happier immediately. So this is called expansion meditation technique. So I explained in detail all the things. So I'm going to take the next is value meditation in the next class. So now I have covered japa meditation, relaxation meditation, concentration meditation, and expansion meditation. I have taught you how to do, what is the science behind it, what is the methodology it has to be done. Everything I have explained. I do the practical sessions. You have to, in the residential programs, you have to admit yourself. A retreat will be there. That means a 2 day, 2 nights, 3 days, or 3 nights, 4 days. The program will be there and will be announcing at a later. There practically I teach how to do all the sadhanas. With this I am going to conclude today's talk. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.